Unicorns Talk is a weekly podcast where we discuss the ups and downs of the human experience, from personal growth to romantic relationships and everything in between. This show is for life livers, life lovers, and life enhancers. My name is Latrice Sampson Richards, your life enhancement coach, and together we're going to laugh, love, and learn to maneuver all of life's little messes. Let's go. Everybody, it's Latrice Sampson Richards here, your life enhancement coach, and you are tuned in to episode 18 of Unicorns Talk podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I have a really good show planned for y'all today. As usual, I'm always excited to be here with y'all. I'm always excited to have y'all be here with me. Thank you to any new listeners out there. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. To anybody, all of my previous listeners or people who've tuned in and just been so supportive of past episodes. Hey, how you doing too? Okay. I'm just happy to have everybody here. If you haven't had a chance to yet, make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let the world know what you think about this show. Well, I was going to say only if it's good stuff, but I suppose if it's bad stuff too, then you can let people know. Man, I really would rather you not let people know. But, we all about being genuine here on the show, and hopefully there's nothing bad for you to say. I mean, what could there be to not like about me? That was a rhetorical question. You don't actually have to answer that, okay? Or at least not out loud, but you get the point, right? Let the people know what your thoughts are about the show. I would greatly appreciate it. Just trying to, build awareness around the fact that the show exists and want to share my message with as many people as possible. All right. And you are the person to help me do that. So I appreciate you. I love you. And let's see what we got going on for the show. I mean, this week has been actually, you know what? I've had a pretty good week so far. Just working on getting the business in alignment and just kind of getting my life together, getting ready for the holidays, and definitely creating my vision. If you've been listening for the last several weeks, we've been really preparing for my upcoming mastermind, which is, not mastermind, I'm sorry, masterclass, which is the Vision2018 Masterclass that I'm going to be giving y'all more information about. And so we've been spending the last couple weeks really just kind of laying the foundation for that masterclass, right? And so the masterclass is going to be free initially, but you will have to register. And so in that masterclass, I am literally going to walk you through creating a vision for yourself, and like all of the steps in terms of like setting up real, actual, tangible goals, and then the action steps to get you there. And so I have lots of things set up to help you kind of get from point A to point B. And so what we're doing over these couple of weeks leading up to it is really just kind of laying the foundation for like just some of the things that I think people take for granted. And when I say people, I'm talking about like other coaches and the word that comes to my mind is gurus, but I really kind of hate that word. But that is the word that came to my mind. But like people who teach people how to get their shit together, right? And how to live the best life that they can. I think that there are some things that we as coaches and clinicians really kind of take for granted, and we assume that people understand these things. And so I am really speaking to the audience of people who are like legit starting from the bottom, like Drake says, starting from the bottom, now we here, and so we're trying to get there, like we all trying to rise up and do this together. I'm on my own journey. Just the fact that I'm doing this podcast with y'all, this is a part of my journey, and I say this almost every week, like this is a part of the manifestation of my vision for my life, and I've been putting it off for a very long time, and I feel like 2018 was a year, or has has been a year of alignment for me, and 2018 is going to be the year of vision and the year of abundance. And so I feel it in my life, and I definitely want to participate in making it happen in your life. I feel it and I see it for your life as well. So, in keeping with this kind of series of preparations that we've been doing in terms of laying the foundation for the Vision 2018 Masterclass, today we're going to be talking about awareness, which when I talk about awareness, I'm talking about mindfulness. I'm talking about being present, one of the key components of manifestation is awareness, and it goes hand in hand with gratitude, which we talked about last week, and perception, which we talked about the week before that. Okay. And so those three things really work hand in hand in terms of laying the foundation for vision and goal manifestation. And so we already talked about gratitude. We already talked about perception. This week, we're going to talk about awareness and mindfulness, and try to complete that circle. Well, not complete, because I think I'm still debating. I think there's one more piece of this in terms of laying a foundation that I want to give y'all before I introduce you to the Vision 2018 Masterclass. And I'll be making a decision on that this week. But anyway, this week, today, we are talking about awareness, okay? And then, so I'm going to just kind of give you some background on it. We're going to talk about the things that you need to be aware of, and then give you some tips on how to increase your awareness. I'm changing up what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? I'm changing up the order of how I do things, the sequence of things. I can't, this word is escaping me, y'all. But I'm changing shit up a little bit this week, okay? I am going to do 2 features this week because every week I like to do a high five, and I try to just only do 1 feature a week. But you know what? I really like doing a high five, and I want to make that a part of every week's show. So this week I'm going to do a high five, and I'm going to do a reality check, okay? So this week's high five is going to go to Serena Williams, and the reality check is going to go, is really more of an idea than a specific person. And it's not even an idea, y'all. It's a fact. Africa is a continent, okay? So we're going to be talking about that as well. What else? Oh, if you notice, this week's episode and last week's episode actually launched on a Wednesday. So we are making the move to Wednesdays. I have been trying to find a day of the week that really works well for me with my schedule, so that, I can get the podcast recorded and edited, and I get everything set up or whatever on time every week, and increase my consistency, which is one of the things that I've really focused on in my personal and professional life this year. And so I started off releasing on Fridays, and that did not work well for me. So I moved it to Tuesdays, and Tuesdays have been a little difficult. And so I'm going to give Wednesdays a try and see what happens with that. I actually am the only other day that I'm thinking about doing might be Thursdays. I'm going to give Wednesdays a try for a while, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to find the best day of the week to be able to release the podcast, like new episodes or whatever, and kind of help it to and make it where it can be consistent and something that you can really count on and look forward to every single week. Okay, so I'm making a shift from Tuesdays to Wednesdays. Mark your calendars. Let your people know that new episodes are going to be coming out on Wednesdays until further notice. Okay, and hopefully I'll be able to find a day of the week home very soon for the podcast. Okay, all right, so what else? I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I talked about already, today's topic is awareness. When I talk about awareness, I'm really talking about mindfulness and being present in your life. And so if you've listened to the podcast for the last couple weeks, we talked about gratitude, we talked about perception, and all of those things really kind of came back to the law of attraction, right? Because vision manifestation is very closely tied to the law of attraction. And so, for those of you who do not know, just the really quick definition of the law of attraction is that the law of attraction is an idea that states that what you put out into the universe in the form of your thoughts, the universe has no choice but to return back to you in the form of your life manifestations. And so, it's just really this idea that you are in control, or that you can control the direction that your life takes, that, like the experiences that you have in your life. And you do that by gaining control over your thought processes, and being really intentional about it. I first learned about the law of attraction by listening to the audiobook for The Secret, which is also a movie. And I think I watched the movie also on YouTube or something like that for free. Okay. This was several years ago now, but that was when I really first became aware of the whole concept of the law of attraction. And from there, I was so intrigued that I actually went on to get certified. And so now I am a law of attraction certified provider at this point. And so I really, really believe in the law of attraction. It's something that has been happening since the beginning of time. You just weren't aware of it. And so now that you are aware of it, we're going to really utilize that to manifest our desires. Okay. So I want to give you some background and really help to lay the foundation on making sure that you have an understanding of awareness and this whole idea of mindfulness. All right. And so we all carry around this energy field that just kind of surrounds us in our own little bubble. And actually, there is scientific proof. Like if you look under a microscope at active brain tissue, there are actual electrical sparks that can be seen from the neurons firing in your brain. Like there's actual electricity running through your body. Okay. And so this energy is, it's invisible. It's not something that's necessarily tangible, but it can be felt. Okay. You can feel other people's energy and they can feel yours. I mean, think about when somebody comes into your space, into your world, into your bubble, and you just immediately get a negative feeling about that person. You don't really know why. You're not quite sure why, but something is telling you that this person is not the kind of person that you want to have around you. That's because their energy field, the energy that they carrying around with them, is not meshing well with your own, right? So there's something something about their energy that is telling you stranger danger. On the other hand, there's some people that come into your atmosphere and you just automatically feel at peace. You automatically feel at home. I think that's one of my hallmarks. Like that's one of the things that I pride myself on, is that for whatever reason, people feel comfortable around me. People feel safe around me and they feel secure. They feel like, when they are with me, when they are around me, that they are in a place where they can, be vulnerable and share and really kind of let their guards down and heal. And so that's a gift that I have, because my energy that I carry around with me lets them know that this is a safe place. Okay. So it's not like a tangible kind of thing, but it is something that can be felt. You can feel other people's energy and they can feel yours. Okay. I believe that this energy field is really kind of made up of who you are and where you've been. And so I know a lot of us have heard about like the nature versus nurture debate that goes on in the wellness community, right? And so they talk about this idea of like, are we who like that are we who we are because of, that's just the way that we were born, because of our genetics or the biological component of things? Or are we developed into who we are or who we become as a result of our environment and our experiences and things like that? I think that it's actually a combination of the two. And so I think that these two things kind of mesh together to create your energy field. And that is what people feel. That is what you kind of give off. That's how you let people know who you are. It's a combination of your biological nature, like your natural tendencies, and then also like the things that you've experienced, the places that you've been. Okay, that energy field really kind of serves multiple purposes. And I think sometimes we get confused when people start talking about, the spirit and the inner voice and the gut instinct, which are all things that y'all gonna hear me talk about today. All right. But I also think we get confused when people start talking about these things, because for some reason in our minds we feel like these are all different things that people are talking about. In my understanding of how all of this works, it's all the same thing. It just serves multiple purposes. So that, energy field or spirit energy or whatever it is you want to call it, it's there for protection. It's there to protect you, and we see that manifest in the form of like your gut instincts. Okay, it's there to help you to connect with other people, which again I think is there it manifests in the form of that gut instinct, but then also just like drawing people to you, like connecting, being able to connect to other people, like what I described earlier about how people just seem to be drawn to my presence, right? And then it's also there for manifestation, okay, which is where the law of attraction comes into play, okay? We experience this energy as, again, this invisible, intangible vibration. Okay, so I don't know how many of y'all are Erykah Badu fans, but if you're listening to me, 9 times out of 10, you are a Erykah Badu fan, because I enjoys Mama Erykah. Just something that you might want to know about me. Erykah Badu is one of those people that I just wish that I could sit down with her for like 3 or 4 hours and just talk and talk about anything and bullshit, and maybe even smoke a little weed. Like I just really want to be friends with Erykah Badu, or just to spend some time with Erykah Badu. I just think that she's an amazing being, and you can feel her spirit. But anyway, I back to my point. On her album New America Part 2, she says on one of the songs, emotions have a vibratory frequency, okay? And that's the reality. All of these things exist in this kind of vibratory world, okay? And that vibration can be positive, meaning that it's coming from a place of abundance, or it can be negative, meaning that it's coming from a place of lack. And I can go on and on about this idea of the positive versus the negative. But what I want you to get from this in this moment is that the law of attraction really stresses the importance of existing in the positive. And so because these vibrations can be positive or negative, in order to utilize them to your advantage within the realm of the law of attraction, you want to try to be as much on the positive side as possible, okay? You want to be able to attract the things, people, and experiences to you that you want or need to have in your life in order to manifest your goals, okay? We want things, we work toward things, and sometimes we even achieve those things. But once we achieve them, we can't hold on to them. And the reason for that is because we never worked on the inner vibration of our energy to match that which we claim that we want, okay? If you want more, then you have to vibrate higher. And it's not something that you can fake. You have to do this for real, which means that you're going to have to shift your perception. You're going to have to express gratitude. You're going to have to change your thought process and move it toward a positive mindset so that you can vibrate higher and attract the things that are also vibrating higher and also be able to retain those things. Okay. So awareness, being present, being mindful, it allows us to adjust our vibrations in the moment and intentionally focus on positive manifestation and retention. Okay, so when we are in a negative space, when we are in, and when I say space, I'm talking about head space. So when we are in a negative head space, becoming aware, using intentional awareness, just like using intentional gratitude. Remember, we talked about last week gratitude as a practice. Okay. Utilizing intentional awareness and mindfulness in that moment allows us to adjust our vibration and take what is or has the potential to be a negative vibratory frequency and gradually shift it into a positive vibration. Okay, which makes it much more likely for you to be able to manifest the things of your desires. The desires of your heart. Okay. So, what are the things that we need to be aware of? Well, there's a lot of things, and I believe that they really kind of fall into two main categories. And I think the first is the world within us, and the second is the world around us. Okay, so we need to be aware of the world within us and the world around us. So some of the things that fall into the category, and I'm doing air quotes right now. Y'all can't see it, but I'm doing air quotes. The world within us are things like our thoughts, our behaviors, our feelings, our mental processes, the decisions and choices that we make, that inner voice, that gut instinct that we talked about earlier, our energy, our spirit, and our goals, like our desires. All of those things would fall into the category of the world within us. These are the things that originate from within. These may be the things that these are actually the things that require the highest level of vulnerability, because these are the things that literally shape our lives and shape the direction that we need to go in, or the direction that we are going in. Okay. We need to have an awareness of those things, and not just, on the surface. I'm talking about really digging deep and being aware of what is really going on inside of you. What are your actual thoughts? What are your actual behaviors? When we get into the Vision 2018 Masterclass, one of the things that we're really going to dig into is, really fleshing out what it is that's important to you. Like, what do you want? What is it that you really want to manifest in your life? Not just, I want a big ass house, or I want a nice ass car. Like, that's surface stuff. And those may be things that you want to have, but what is the motivation behind that? It may be like, yeah, I want a big ass house, but I really want to, that the big house is a symbol of security for me. And so maybe the true desire is for financial security. You see what I'm saying? So we need to be aware of what is really happening inside of us, our thought processes, our mental processes, our inner voice. Like, what is that inner voice actually saying? Is that being clouded by, by irrational thoughts and things like that? Okay. And then we also need to be aware of the world around us. The things that fall under the category of the world around us are the things that exist outside of us. So things like our relationships, our situations, events, experiences. It may be your living situation, right? Being aware of your living situation, being aware of opportunities. The law of attraction, it doesn't manifest those things, right? The law of attraction brings about opportunities for manifestation, and awareness is what helps you to be able to identify those opportunities as opportunities, right? It's your discernment, things like that. Okay. And then also included in the world around us, I think, is potential hazards, whether that's people, places, or things. Okay. We have to be aware of the things that have the potential to harm us, or the things that have the potential to cause us some pain, frustration, anger, like some hurt feelings. Okay. So the world within us and the world around us, those are the two main categories of things that we need to really focus on trying to gain some awareness on. Okay. So the question then becomes, how do we increase our awareness? Like, what are the steps that we can take in order to increase our awareness or increase our mindfulness? All right. The first tried and true technique that we can utilize is meditation. And let me tell y'all about meditation. I have been trying for years to get into meditation. I'm one of those people, like, I'm always going. I have a gazillion thoughts a day. I'm just kind of one of those people that it's hard to really turn my brain off sometimes, because I'm always thinking about somebody else, or things that I need to get done. Like, my to-do list is infinite. It's so ridiculous. And so for years I've been trying to get into the habit of practicing meditation, and I never really could like master it. Like, I just never could really get with it. And so I was in Texas. I lived in Texas before I got here to Cuba, and there was the chapel held there was a Buddhist priest at the chapel on base. And so I went because he was doing like some free meditation course or something like that, like a retreat kind of. So I went to that because how often do you get to learn meditation from a Buddhist priest? So I went to that, and one of the things that I learned from that experience is that meditation is not about shutting your brain down. And that's what I always thought that it was. But what he explained is that it's next to impossible to shut your brain down, right? Like, just to say, okay, brain, shut down. Like, that's just like, because your brain, that's what it does. Your brain thinks, your brain moves, your brain processes. And so to just try to just shut your whole brain down it's a lofty feat, like, it's hard to do. What he was saying is that it's to gain an awareness of the thoughts that you have. Meditation can be a really good tool, a really helpful and useful tool to increase awareness, because it helps you to really practice mindfulness. It's not so much about controlling your thoughts so much as it is being aware of the thoughts. And through the awareness of the thoughts, you can kind of shift those thoughts into a different direction, and as a result, calm yourself and kind of put yourself in a place where you can relax, you can de-stress, you can just kind of sort through some things and let some things off your chest. Okay, so meditation is a really good tried and true method of increasing your awareness. It's very possible that it's going to be really weird when you first get started, but I just urge you to keep trying. Don't give up. Keep trying and do what you can to practice meditation as often as possible, because it's one of those things that's definitely like practice makes perfect. Okay, another tip that you can utilize or a technique that you can utilize to increase your awareness is really just to slow down. Like, learn how to say no sometimes. Slow down. I feel like we're always going, moving, moving. And this is something that I've had to learn in my own life, that sometimes I just need to say no. I need to slow down. I need to be able to just kind of take a pause for the cause and look around and assess situations and see where I am and see where I'm trying to go. I can't do that when I'm on the go all the time. So slowing down a little bit is a really good way to just, give yourself the space that you need to be able to be aware, be in the moment, and plan your next move. Another thing that you can do is unplug. So these three things really kind of work hand in hand, but they are slightly different. So unplug. When I say unplug, I'm talking about put the phone down. I'm talking about turn the TV off. One of the first things I did when I was really getting serious about focusing on manifesting my vision for my life and my career, one of the first things that I noticed is that I stopped watching television. And I haven't watched television like on a regular basis for probably about 2 or 3 years now, but I still had my shows that I would watch like every weekend. I would catch up on my shows, right? And I went probably like once I got serious about manifesting my vision and really started putting work toward manifesting my vision, I went about 3 or 4 weeks without even catching up on my shows. Like I'm still trying to catch up on these shows a little bit at a time. You know what I'm saying? And it's been like probably about 4 or 5 weeks now at this point. Every now and then you just need to unplug. You have to be very, very cautious and aware of what it is that you're allowing to penetrate your spirit and penetrate your energy field, especially nowadays, because the news and like just watching general television, like it's so full of all of these things that make you worry, that make you afraid, that make you upset and frustrated, and we just don't have room on our plate for those things, and those things impede on our ability to be mindful, to be present, because if we worried about what might happen in the future, or we're mad about what happened in the past, it's hard for us to be here in the present. Okay, so unplug, turn your phone off, come off of Facebook for a little while, do a purge, unplug for a while, and give yourself an opportunity to be present and be in the moment. And then, of course, we talked about last week, the fourth and final way for you to increase awareness, or the final way that I'm going to discuss today on the show, is to practice gratitude. Okay, gratitude as a practice is extremely helpful in being mindful and increasing your awareness of who you are, where you are, and the world around you. All right, being thankful over the things that you have right now in this moment helps you to be able to manifest more opportunities to be thankful. Okay, so utilizing gratitude as a practice helps to get you in a positive mindset. It helps you to communicate with the universe about what it is that you want to see manifest in your life, and I think it helps you to be appreciative of what currently exists in your life. Okay, so meditation, slow down, unplug, and practice gratitude. Those are just 4 of many, many ways that you can really work toward increasing your mindfulness. Yoga is another one. Do some research and figure out what works best for you. Awareness is a cornerstone of the law of attraction, and it's something that you're going to have to be able to figure out if you are serious about manifesting the vision and the desires of your heart. Okay? All right, so that's it for that. Coming up next is High Five. All right, it's time for High Five, and this is one of my favorite segments on the show, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. This week's High Five goes to Serena Williams. And listen, Serena is absolutely killing the game in 2017, y'all. I just wanted to give her a high five just for one, being fucking awesome. But then, like, she was at the top of the Forbes list for the highest paid female athletes. They reported that she made $84 million across her career, and 27 million of that from June 2016 to July 2017, which is twice the total of any other female athlete in the world. Serena is doing the damn thing, okay? In addition to that, in 2017, she broke the open era record by beating her sister Venus and winning the Australian Open for the seventh time, which we later found out that she was 8 weeks pregnant at the time, okay? She won her record-breaking 23rd Grand Slam singles title. And then on September 1st of this year, 2017, she gave birth to her daughter, Alexis Olympia Ohanan Jr. I think that's how you say her last name. And then she married her baby daddy, okay, in New Orleans, my hometown, on November 19th, 2017. And he's the co-founder of Reddit, and his name is Alexis Ohanan. So, like, Serena is absolutely killing the game right now, y'all. She is like, I'm just happy for Serena. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like it just seems like everything, her life is really coming into, everything is falling into place for her. Not that, it hasn't been, but I don't know. I'm just happy to see Serena in love and happy and as a new mom, and her body definitely shook back quick, fast, and in a hurry, which I'm kind of like sick for that. But anyway, Serena Williams, high five, mama. You are awesome. And 2017 has been very good to you. And I am just so happy for you and everything that's going on and has happened for you in this year. And I definitely look forward to seeing how you grow moving forward. Okay. And finally, this week's reality check is Africa is a continent. Okay, so I don't know if y'all seen these one chip challenge videos going around rather. But I came across a video last week for the Packy one chip challenge from CBS Philly news anchors, okay? And so it's like this news station in Philly, the CBS channel, and two of the anchors, Rahel Solomon and Jim Donovan, they took the one chip challenge. So this potato chip is supposed to be like the Carolina hot pepper. It's like the hottest pepper in the world or something. And so the challenge is to be able to eat this one potato chip, like without losing your mind or something like that. And so they took the one chip challenge, and Rahel was affected. I'm not even gonna lie. You could tell, like, around the 2-minute mark, she was like, oh, what's going on? Like, she was trying to act all hard and stuff because Jim Donovan, the gym guy, he was messed up. Like, as soon as he bit down on the pepper, like, he was effed up for real. And so Rahel was saying, to be fair, I'm Ethiopian. My family is from Africa. And so I'm used to eating, hot things and stuff like that. And so my favorite part of the whole video was when Jim Donovan, who is Caucasian, he said to her, he was like, what planet are you from? And she said, not a planet, just a continent. Africa is a continent. And it just made me think, like, there's so many stupid ass people out here who just don't understand that Africa is a whole continent out here, okay? And so I just wanted to, say reality check. Africa is a continent. Africa is not a country, but it is made up of many countries. And so I don't know why I wanted to do that as a reality check, but that just really resonated with me. And I wanted to say it on my show, and so I did. Africa is a motherfucking continent. Get with it, okay? All right, y'all. That's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Like I said before, if you have not yet, please subscribe, okay? Like, comment, share. Let your people know about the show. Let them know, like, hey, they got this girl over here and she all right. You need to listen to what she's trying to say. I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to be a guest on the show, I'm definitely looking to start scheduling some interviews to do some guests on the show. Send me an email at Unicorns Talk Podcast at LatriceSampsonRichards.com. Definitely hit me up on Twitter or Instagram at Unicorns Talk Pod. And go to the website, check it out, see what you like, you know what I'm saying? Reach out if you need any help getting your life in order. I'll be releasing new information about the Vision 2018 Masterclass really soon, y'all. I promise. I know I've been talking about it for a while, but it is coming, I promise. And you're going to want to register because it's only going to be free one time. You're only going to get one chance to get it for free, okay? And so definitely make sure that you sign up for that once I put that information out, which is soon and very soon, I promise, okay? All right. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And until next time, be well. Bye, y'all.